Okay, good day, everyone. This is just a weekly preview of what's happening in the market within this week and what I see in the market this week, right? So let me get straight to it. Um, gonna share my screen. Okay, so just FYI, for any updates regarding us as Trading Empire, come to our website, tradingempire.co.za, and yeah, you'll get the latest things that are happening and the sessions that are happening. Everything is here, right? Obviously on YouTube as well. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get the videos when they happen. You get a notification from our YouTube channel, and which you can get here from the website. All right. Um, yeah, so let's get straight to the charts, right? So I'm gonna be try and be quick. The pairs that I'm really looking forward to is GBP AUD and AUD USD, right? Those are my top two pairs. So first things first, DXY. I need to check DXY and see what's happening, right? So we had the five wave move and then the pullback, right? And now if you look here in this channel, uh price was always rejecting here. Now it did a breakout and retest and it's moving further. So there's a lot of strength to the dollar, right? Cool. So with AUD, I'm seeing weakness in AUD, right? So if you look at the channel, let me just hide this moving average. If you look at the AUD right here, you can see it's in an uptrend, and every time it touches that top, it drops, right? And that's the top that it's been hitting. It hits there on the black line there. So there's rejection. I'm expecting some bearish momentum for AUD. So AUD weakness and USD strength, which confirms with that move coming there down. So like I said, AUD weakness is what I'm seeing. Same here with GBP odd. It's at the very start of the trend line, you know, pushing bullish momentum. So let me just move this aside. I see bullish momentum there. There's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave move. Now I'm expecting a retracement ABC move at least till there. So it's starting to push. And like I said, AUD weakness, that means GBP odd would be moving up. So that's what I'm expecting. So those are the top two pairs that I'm looking at for this week, right? And then gold, everybody's favorite pair. What I'm seeing is this, right? There's a drop there, drop, drop, drop. Every time it comes to that trend line, it resists, right? Cool. Then it came here to the bottom, right here. It didn't resist anymore. It broke through. So what happens after a breakout? There's a retest. So if we zoom closer to gold, it broke out, came back to retest where it has broken out. Now it's moving to the upside. So we're expecting bullish momentum on gold, right? If you're patient, you know what to do. So I've explained DXY as well, that it broke breakout retest, right? If you look to a smaller time frame, you can see that it broke out, came back with that candle and retested. Now it's moving up. Cool. So, like I said, these are my top two. If you focus on those ones, probably those are the best for the week. But yeah, I always look at USD ZAR just to understand what's happening in my country and what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing there is it touches there, goes up there, touches there, whatever this is. But in this block, it's in this block and then always moving. Like it's basically like it's squeezing. It's busy squeezing, between there and there. So let me see if I can find the something that triangle. Yeah. So it's basically in a squeeze here, right? It's basically in a squeeze here. So I'm looking for the breakout. Someone would say, yeah, a breakout from the top or the bottom, but I'm looking for the breakout to the top, break and retest, because every time it comes to this bottom, it obviously supports, makes sense for it to break out to the top, not the bottom, you know, to that price. So I'm looking for some breakout here, retest, then we move further. So something like that. So that's what I'm looking for, waiting for that on USD ZAR. And obviously, we did say USD is strong, so looks bullish, so it agrees with that analogy. Um, USD CAD, we saw that I saw this move. Now it's doing a pullback. I'm expecting it to touch that zone, which is 1.41 or 1.41189 or that one 1.41507. So somewhere there. So yeah, let's see which one it will reject it and then come down. So that's what I'm expecting. Now, I also said JPY pairs we are not trading for, we haven't been trading for the longest time. We are avoiding them. And the reason is um price has been since May 2025, price has been dropping for JPY. So we expected it to somehow get some strength, but it's not getting some strength. Like it's refusing to get some strength. We need a good candle formation here that will show us that it's bullish, and it's not happening. So avoid those JPY pairs because now it's forming a lower low. From 2024, it's beating that low and going lower. So we'll try and find out what's happening there. But what I'm saying is leave JPY pairs. So like a pair like USD JPY, it's been bullish since 2025 May, still bullish, because JPY is weak. So we never get on a train that has moved. So yeah, we are not focused on the JPY pairs at all. US 30, we're just looking at the candle formations now, where it is, because it's been bullish. It's forming lower lows, like here it's forming like an A, B, C. It's forming lower lows. So there is some movement showing that this thing is getting weaker, right? So we just look at that candle formation, but with the last two candles on daily, that's like a bullish engulfing. So it looks like it wants to do a pullback and before continuing with the drop. So is there any trades in this week for this pair? Let's zoom in closer. We would look for sells around about that area. So that's 52.592 zone. So that's where I'm looking for if I'm gonna sell that pair, But like I said, I don't like catching the train when it's moved. It has moved from my area of interest. So getting it in the middle, I don't like. I like getting them once the trend is starting off, like the AUD, starting off GBP, it's starting off. So I prefer those. So this type of trade, I wait until it reaches my zone. So maybe put a sell limit here so that you get notified. And the nice thing about obviously the XNS terminal is you can set alerts, new alerts for whatever pair I'm looking at which zone, alert me. So at least it's free and within the XNS terminal, so it helps. And also trading from the XNS terminal is great, So here as well, like I threw that break, retest, we go into the upside. So yeah, those alerts will help. So I'll add the alerts in my zones to whichever pair, and then I'll get the alert. Um, yeah. So that's it. So I like focusing on few pairs per week. So maybe that's my top three. That's why I put them on top. I'll focus on those ones and leave the rest because the rest need to get to certain zones. These ones are at the zones, so those are the pairs that I'm focused on. So yeah, there's nothing more to, the weekly ones will be short because we're just trying to get trades for the week, not for the month. So we know what to focus on. So dollar strength pushes AUD USD down, correlates with GBP odd going to the upside. So yeah, that's it for this week. Cheers.